shadow the new Praetorian.
The clip being scrutinized today is the intellectual property of KTVU.com. The ideas and opinions expressed are the intellectual property of the Laughing Ogre and are not meant to reflect the ideas or opinions of any sane human being. Now sit back and relax as we look into the abyss. Here comes the Laughing Ogre! Thanks a lot, Real Me. I've been looking for you. It's good to see you back. Hey, listen, before I just jump right into today's program, I want you to see something that's kind of cool to me. So this is my Twitter right here. As you can see, it says JT, the fake me. It is the fake me. But I'm going to click on followers. So I've only got 58 of them. But one of them, and you can see some others, the Prince of Queens. I love the guy. Dave Chappelle, I'm not sure. I don't think that's the real one, but he's cool. A lot of good people. But look at this one. James Woods, the ineffable. James Woods, the incomparable. James Woods. When I seen him in Once Upon a Time in America, directed by Sergio Leone, I fell in love with the guy. He is an incredible, amazing American. If you don't know who he is, check him out. He has over 180 IQ. The left will argue that, but it's true. They just don't like him because he's so much smarter than they are. So it's not like with the Britisher and, Sargon of Akkad cut a fart in his direction and all of a sudden, everything goes up for him as far as viewers and whatnot. But to me, it's dizzying because only 8% of those that follow him does he follow back. And Mr. Woods, if you're watching this, man, you've inspired me, and that what just following me meant a lot to me. That said, he doesn't respond. I've tweeted him a couple times, but I don't want to appear to be a stalker or weird, so I'm gonna leave him be and probably send him a tweet once in a while. Thanks a lot, Mr. Woods. This is also in thanks to Atheism is Unstoppable for letting me see that this person and this person exist. And this person has no brain, and this person is representing the voice of reason and sanity today. So without any further ado, let me jump right back into it.
Now is Yvette Felarca with the group By Any Means Necessary. And Yvette, I know that you were there. First of all, tell me, what specifically is it about Milo Yiannopoulos?
Before I let her say what specifically she doesn't like about Milo Yiannopoulos, I'm really upset because by any means necessary, that is KRS-One. Knowledge reigns supreme over nearly everyone. The teacher, the poet, the prophet. He's almost always right, and you can't stop it. Man, he should be suing this person. I don't know if he can for that term, but it's sickening.
That you and others have an issue with.
Well, first of all, Milo Yiannopoulos is a fascist. He's a white supremacist.
Okay, before I let her go on here, we're going to have to look at something. Milo Yiannopoulos is a fascist. Let's see what that says. Often capitalized, this is a Merriam-Webster's dictionary, a political philosophy, movement, or regime that exalts nation and often raised above the individual, and that stands for a centralized, autocratic government headed by a dictatorial leader. Severe economic and social regimentation and forcible suppression of opposition. If that was true, would these people be able to oppose the way they are? A tendency towards or actual exercise of strong autocratic or dictatorial control, like telling somebody you do what we want and do what we say, or we will attack you with violence and destroy the businesses in your community and terrorize you with a mob throwing fireworks, destroying barriers. Let's look.
He's funded by Steve Bannon and Breitbart. He's an acolyte of
Not Steve
Donald
Bannon.
Trump. And he was on the UC Berkeley
not
campus to try
Breitbart.
to recruit more fascists.
No, he
and
wasn't.
to wage attacks on Muslim students, immigrant students, women,
If I was Milo, I'd sue her for slander.
and trans students.
Now, Milo himself denies those allegations. But again, that's why you were there, and that's why you felt like it was important for him not to speak. What is the real fear of him having a conversation with the 500 students or the 500 people who had bought tickets to the event?
Well, just
Gouge
to
me
go
eyes
back
out.
to how you characterize the protest, this isn't a question of violent versus peaceful protests. I was there, and there were thousands of people out there who were united. It was a mass protest. It was a militant protest.
Oh,
and
that
everyone
looks.
was there to shut him down. And so
Said violent, not violent, but militant. What is the difference? Are you kidding me? Militant and violent is. I'm not going to go into definitions right now, but they're the same dag nabbit thing. It's a group of people coming together and using force to impose their will.
whatever it was going to take to do that, we were all there with a united cause, and we were stunningly successful.
But why not?
Stunningly successful at chasing off a homosexual man where he was invited to do his job.
Not be peaceful about it? Why not, chant and hold your signs and things? But when you take the barricades and you destroy the building, and when you set fires, isn't that
Fire? Whoa!
I think that the
Behold.
left has been far too timid
Behold,
for way too long.
I
And
am the
it's why
master
we've
of
gotten
fire.
in this position where we
Fire.
even have someone like Donald Trump leading a fascist
Fire.
movement as the president of the United States. We need to make sure that we have more mass protests, more militant protests that are mass and militant.
That's
And
a call to
reality
violence.
is that
Please.
these aren't people just
Get 'em, Sessions.
putting forward their ideas.
Jump on
There's
it.
white supremacists who've already murdered 6 Muslims just 5 days ago in Quebec. There
How many Muslims have murdered Christians? Or I just watched a stoning somebody put on YouTube, or excuse me, on Twitter. I couldn't watch much of it. They put this person wrapped up in a bag, a blanket or a sheet or something, and you could see him moving, and they threw him in a hole. And I mean, oh my, I can't even think about it. She's defending dogs that would stone her if she had sex with somebody she wasn't married to, that would beat her for going out in public, even though she's very, very unattractive. If she went out in public like this, where you could see her face, they would beat her.
There was a woman in Korea, or not from Korea, but who was from Korea in Los Angeles, who was just beaten down by a white supremacist. We have a right to defend our...
There are also old ladies that are raped and murdered by illegal immigrants, and they're illegal. Look, this is insanity. These people are extortionists.
ourselves, and not only a right, we have an obligation to do that, not just for each other, but for our communities too.
You
Let's
got
go
to
back,
be
though,
kidding
to the
me.
speaker and the fact
I
that
can't
he
believe
was
this
going to be
human.
speaking to
She's
500
horrible.
people. And some say that because of what happened at the protest, this got national attention. He did national interviews.
Money,
and so
money,
instead
money,
of his voice being
money.
heard by 500
Send
people,
my books,
now millions
baby.
of people are online Googling
Daddy
Milo
Trump,
Yiannopoulos.
come to the
So
rescue
does
for
that
Milo
defeat
Yiannopoulos.
a little bit of what you were trying to do?
Fire.
The right wing and the
Can't get that out of
fascists
my
in this
head now.
country already have a spokesperson.
Fire.
Trump, Steve Bannon, and also now Milo.
Can't-
But now
And
I
also
think
now
it's so
Milo,
important
because
about our
he disagrees with him. This is horrible. These people are extortionists. It's just like I said in another video. You got a little guy comes to your door, knocks on the door. Hello, I'm here. And then on his right-hand side, there's a monster. Looks something like me. He's like this big. I can't even get in the frame because I'm 6'2" and weigh 200 pounds and ain't got a whole lot of fat on me. And then the guy on the other side's even bigger, and he says, "Oh, he looks like an accountant," because he is. He says, "I'm here to pick up my $50 for your protection." You say, "What protection from what?" He says, "Protection from the man on my right, the man on my left. Pay up, or I can't protect you from them tearing you to pieces, breaking your arms and legs, destroying your neighborhood, eventually killing you if you don't pay."
Success on Wednesday, which is why
La
it
Cosa
should
Nostra.
be the model for how the movement needs
La
to take
Cosa
things
Nostra.
now in the future.
Really?
It's the model?
But let me finish. It's because we need to make sure that the millions of people out there who are angry and who are scared under Donald Trump and everything that he's doing now.
I'm not scared, lady, but I'm angry with you for what you've done to the people of the United States and how you abridged freedom of speech with an act of violence by actively calling people to a militant action. You, ma'am, should get the Darwin Award and are a piece of trash.
Know that there are people out there who will stand up and fight the way the movement needs to. That
way
clearly
they-
Wednesday
it's
was
a
not
call to-
business as usual. It was people fighting united in a mass effort, in a united effort.
Remember, if it was a fascist regime, they would quell this with impunity. The police watched it happen.
And by any means necessary.
But you know,
Look,
though,
they're
that
getting
some
out of the way.
business community, they were
The
really
police were leaving. Did you see that, folks? Did you see the police and the ones grabbing the other one getting out of the way? Who is telling them to stand down? I don't blame these individual cops. They take orders. But they must stand up for the Constitution. They took an oath to defend the Constitution against all enemies, foreign and domestic. Like this terrorist. She's a terrorist.
and by any means necessary.
But you know, though, that some in the business community, they were really upset because they too
in about
were
3
targeted.
seconds,
They were blocks away
the teacher will
from the
speak.
university. And so when you talk about this happening again, some in the business community have voiced a lot of frustration with what they've seen before, and now
Man, look at that destruction.
anticipate even
Can
more
you believe
of that.
that?
You can understand that frustration, and that there is a lot of
Listen to her
concern
explanation
about
coming
what
up.
is happening at these protests, and that innocent people, those that may be with your cause, may actually be hurt as well.
What?
But there's 2 things to that.
One is there's no innocent people in her group, but let's listen to how she turns this around. It's horrific.
But there's 2 things to that. One, Chancellor Dirks is responsible for anything that happened, and if the business community is upset,
So if I'm mad at my wife because she done something terrible and I go out and beat some innocent citizen near to death, I can go, hey, my wife did it. She made me mad, so arrest her. This is insanity. These people have been coddled to the point and told that they sing well enough to get on, America's Got Talent or American Idol or something, and they can't sing a lick. And mommy and daddy have told this person that they're beautiful in their own way when they're ugly. This is what happens.
They should join the professors and students and community members who are demanding that Dirk step down immediately.
No.
Because he had a chance to
I
cancel
demand
the
that
event
you step down.
It didn't happen. There were hundreds of professors who demanded that for safety reasons. He didn't.
For safety reasons, to be safe from you. Can you please see that I don't have to say it again? Is this not La Cosa Nostra in action? Is this not terrorist? These people are Muslim apologists and then say they're feminists? This woman is for the stoning of innocent women. Go watch some of that stuff. It'll make your blood run cold.
Listen, 1, 2, a few broken windows is nothing compared to the lives that are at stake.
Broken windows. You gotta be kidding me.
If that's what it takes in order to make sure that more people don't get targeted, if that's what it takes to make sure that Milo Yiannopoulos or another white supremacist is not welcome or allowed to come to UC Berkeley and attack our community, then good.
You attacked your community. This is the worst form of doublespeak and doublethink that I've ever seen. She is actively employing doublespeak and doublethink.
Good. Let's make sure then that that doesn't happen in the future.
So no regrets at all about what took place?
What we need to do is we've got to draw lessons from this in terms of how we can build and build even stronger, how we can make sure that we build the movement, and also that we continue to organize, because it's not spontaneous. This is about organizing and fighting by any means necessary.
All right. Yvette, thank you so much for sharing your perspective on that. Ted, I'll send it over to you.
Once again, by any means necessary, that's just a blatant robbery of KRS-One, the great prophet, preacher, and teacher that used to live. He used to go and just hang out underneath the World Trade Centers. So he got a bunch of flack for saying, hey, when the World Trade Centers went down, we kind of celebrated because it was a symbol of oppression to him. It was the only place, and they would run him off from there. He'd say he'd get a subway and go out of the city at night, to try to find some place to sleep. Well, the last I knew, he was in Sweden somewhere doing just fine. I'm not going to let this go on, but I'm going to leave you with a couple of thoughts. Number one, I'm going to leave this definition up here while I speak, and I'm going to shrink down a little bit again so that you can take a good hard look at this while I give my final thoughts. When we let people redefine words, when we let people put labels on other folks based on their feels, and reasons, and they don't give you any. When we allow people to call for active violence and militant movements against a peaceful dude that's gonna just go to the campus and give some ideas to people that paid for him to be there, we have a serious problem. This is they're gonna say it's hate speech. Everything she said was hate speech, even though I don't really believe in that. There's no such thing. You're either speaking or you're not speaking. There's no such thing as hate speech. Don't buy into that. Don't feed the trolls. This person is I would say queen of the trolls. That may not be strong enough. So look, in closing, this is my channel here. I'd like to ask you to feel free to come on by. You'll see that I got quite a few videos up here, some like 82. This might make 83, something to that effect. I'm not huge, but I spout off my opinions. I give you some solid, a base of solid logic to follow. You can also see the people that I follow if you go there, and give you an idea of who I get a little bit of wisdom from. And please, if you get a chance, swing by and see the video on Tree of Logic. You know, shout out, man. She's got her speech got abridged. She's black and she got hate speech and whatnot, man. You know, because if she don't toe the party line, she's just another Negro and she needs to get back in the closet and shut her black mouth. Give me a break. It's not about black and white, folks. It's about us and them. And if we're not careful, we'll end up losing. While you're there, you don't have to like any of my videos. You can dislike them if you want, but take time and subscribe, look around, get an idea of how my brain works and what I think about this, that, and the other thing. Look, folks, be good to your friends. Be good to your family members. Be good to those you love. Be quick to say you're sorry. Be even quicker to accept an apology. No matter how big that thing your friend, family member, or loved one has done seems to be. Because, folks, in a moment that you think not, your friends, your family members, your loved ones, your life and your cause will depart from you. Hey, listen, I'll be looking for you tomorrow. Move, bitch, get out the way, bitch, get out the way and move. Oh, just move.